Hey, hey. Yeah, frog in my throat. This is Raw to the Bone, Coffee with Friends. But y'all already know that. Happy hump day, y'all. I know sometimes I go in the office on Wednesday, but this week I'm going into the office on a Thursday. So I will be in the office tomorrow. So make sure you skip tomorrow coming on. I know with me it's very antsy because work has been working me. So my schedule here with Coffee with Friends has been a little off. But never fret. I'm going to start out with the positive vibes because lately I've been forgetting that shit too. But here we are because it's going to be a what?
Step one, wake up early, gon' rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing. Wake up.
Good morning, Fancy.
Wake up.
Good morning, Fancy.
Wake up.
Good morning, Hillbilly.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake
Huh?
up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation.
Good food, good mood.
Blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education.
I try to do this every day.
Call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison the ride. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. Don't ever stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost.
Hey!
Yeah.
So I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive vibes are overtaken.
I got patience.
One day at a time, that's how I'm working at the same time.
So flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up.
Good morning, Valerie.
Good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hey, good morning, you guys. Happy hump day. All right, I know again my schedule has been hectic. I'm telling you, I warned y'all some months ago that my role was changing. I was taking on more work. And being that I'm supporting people internationally, sometimes my mornings get bogged down with meetings. As we know, at 6 p.m., it's 6 p.m. in India, right? And so this morning I had some meetings with offshore teams They're ready to go to bed. They're ready to eat dinner, wind down, get ready for bed. We are starting our day. And so sometimes it seems unfair, right? Because US employees work the hours of international employees, and then we still have to work our hours, right? It's crazy. And then when people say, oh, how come, offshore people don't make that much money? I be one, not that I agree that they should make decent money, and I believe that they should, but shit, we start work 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. By the time we log into work, they ready to log out. So we almost missing each other, right? And yet they don't really enforce offshore people to work past their hours. But US, they will work you to death. They will work you to death. All right. And we don't get paid overtime. So it is what it is. And so my morning meetings have been a little bit crazy. All right. So with that being said, I'm here today, y'all. I'm here today. How is everybody doing? Did y'all look at the debate last night? Who watched the debate last night? I'm sorry. See, work is calling me. They're like, can you jump on a call for a minute? Can you jump on a call? Can you give me a few? Can you give me a few? Okay. You watched the debate last night. Good morning, Pat. Who else watched the debate last night? Pat, Valerie, Fancy. Fancy, you were probably working because you live working. You were probably working. Well, baby, I watched the debate last night, and I watched the debate last night, and I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I listen. Oh, you were working too, Val, but you work at a company where TV should be everywhere. I'm surprised they wasn't playing the debate. You know, I don't even know where to start. Social media is filled up with memes today because he said the immigrants are eating the cats and the dogs. I just don't know where he comes up with this stuff, right? Even after ABC News commentator said that they called, and that state has no complaints of immigrants eating dogs and cats. Then he said, we out here getting abortions at 9 months pregnant. How the fuck do you get an abortion at 9 months pregnant? Somebody tell me. How you get an abortion at 9 months pregnant? And just based on the shit that he said, like, people kill me, right? They ragged and dogged Biden, right? Because of some of the shit he said and some of the shit he didn't say because he got stuck, right? But when you listen to the stuff Trump says, and these people are still on social media talking about Trump killed it. Killed what? He said we out here getting abortions at 9 months pregnant. And can I ask a question? Because I really don't know. When Trump was in office, because I know his big deal with Kamala is she did nothing with the border, right? When Trump was in office, because he said Kamala he said Biden as president could write an order to shut the border down, right? And border control will accommodate that, right? All Biden has to do is write an order to shut the border down, right? Can y'all remind me, because I really don't remember, and I'm not trying to be funny, I really don't remember. When Trump was in office, did he close the border? I know he closed our ability to travel to Cuba again after it was open for a little while, right? But did he close the border when he was in office? I can't remember. Both sides were flinging fear porn. I'm dead. But you know the unfortunate thing about this, Hillbilly? When we talk about, see, this is the point I be making when people say, oh, you got choices to pick other candidates, right? You could vote for other candidates, right? Independent candidates that's running. But they don't create a platform for independent candidates to come on and debate with the primaries, right? So why can't there be 3 podiums up there if there's an independent running alongside Kamala? And this is what I never understood. I never understood why the independents are not involved in the presidential debate. Can anybody answer that for me? Hillbilly, I know he was trying to build a wall, but that's not, good morning, mother, but that's not what I'm asking, because he said last night that all Biden had to do was order them to close the border and the border would be closed. So if that is the case, did he not do that when he was president? I'm really asking for real. Because he make it seem like all you got to do is say close the border. Right? That's what he make it seem. My job is calling me. That's what he making it seem like. Right. So Hillbilly, that's the problem. They force out the third party so they don't have a chance, but it makes it hard because right now besides Googling, right, and looking up what these third parties' policies are and things that they've implemented, we don't hear about them because they don't give them a platform, right? And so when people walk around talking about y'all got more than 2 choices, yes, we got Kamala, we got Trump, and we got Google, because Google is the only thing that's going to tell us who the fuck the third party is and what their policies are, right? But we don't get any visibility into them. Our system is really broken. Right, Hillbilly. So good morning, Damaris. So again, because nobody answered my question. When Trump was in office, since he said all the president has to do is say close the borders, right? When he was president, forget the fact that he was trying to build a wall. That's not what I'm asking, because I know about that. The wall that he was going to have Mexico pay for. That never happened, okay? Did he execute for them to implement, for them to close the borders when he was president? Because I just need to know that answer. Because if he did not do that when he was president, then why is he making it seem that Biden could have just did it? Why didn't Trump do it when he was in office? Yes, I remember that, Pat. I remember that also, right? But that still is not answering my question, right? He had concentration camps. Yes, children were separated from their parents. That is just as bad as leaving the border open. Okay? That's why I'm asking the question that I'm asking. If he would have shut the borders down, right, then we wouldn't have a need for the concentration camps. But ultimately, Trump stood up there and said, all Biden has to do is close the border. But when Trump was in office, right, when Trump was in office, he tried to build a wall. He tried to get Mexico to pay for the wall, and he had concentration camps that separated children from their parents. But yet turns around and says Kamala did absolutely nothing and Biden did absolutely nothing. So the point that I'm making is none of them did shit about the border. So I don't understand why one candidate is jumping on another, because none of them did shit. And whatever Trump did was worse, because Anytime you are separating children from their parents, that's crazy to me, right? So I'm just trying to understand. That's just my 2 cents. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying none of them did shit. None of them. None of them did shit to close the border. And the way Trump made it sound is all he had to do was say close the border when he was president. So it just makes my whole ass itch when they focus on what one didn't do and what the other one did do. And the other thing that makes my ass itch, right, is when people say Kamala was in office for 3 years, right, and she didn't do shit, right? And you're probably right. But what did VP Pence do? What did the vice president under Trump do? See, this is what I be confused about because Pence was quiet most of the time he was in office. I don't remember shit Pence did. Now, somebody on here can correct me if y'all are wrong, but not one time did anybody say anything about Pence at this magnitude. Now, I'm not saying people didn't complain, but at this magnitude. And then when I go down the line to every other vice president, I ask myself, what did every other vice president do that was so memorable for us, right? It has always been the position of the president to stand in the front lines, right? And the vice president to do some checks and balances behind the scene and have his or her responsibility behind the scene, whether it's the House of Senate or Representatives or whatever. I think it's the House of Senate, right? We have never complained about a VP ever in life, right? And this is just, again, my opinion. Opinions are like assholes, right? As soon as shit is a black person, as soon as it's a black person, and I'm saying it, right? Or a woman, and in this case, it's both, right? And I'm not saying she's great. I'm just saying eliminate the noise, right? People are out here shouting and screaming about shit they ain't never complained about before. But as soon as it's a black person and a woman, all of a sudden they want to know what the fuck the vice president did. Y'all ain't never asked that shit when all these white men was in office. Nobody ever fucking asked what the fuck the vice president ever did. We just said, okay, vice president is there in case the president chokes or some shit and the vice president steps in. What the fuck else did he do? They do nothing. But all of a sudden, exactly, they just served the president. Thank you, Damaris. But in this particular case, everybody is so noisy. If y'all eliminate the noise and focus on the policies, the issues, we can hear a lot more, right? We can hear a lot more. We can. And so I just wanted to put that out there because I feel like anytime black people are involved in stuff, and I'm black and I got the right to talk about us because I'm us, the fuck. Anytime black people is involved with some shit, it's a problem. Like, yes, last night I was talking to my boo, right? And I asked him, how does he feel about this whole thing with the Super Bowl, right? And people upset because Lil Wayne is not performing in New Orleans, right? And he's from New Orleans, and they feel that it's disrespectful. He said, who gives a fuck? Basically, he said, I'm paraphrasing. He said before Jay-Z and them got involved, right? Before Jay-Z and them got involved, they had country singers on there, all kind of rock bands and all kind of shit, and didn't nobody give a fuck if they were native to the state that they were performing in. Nobody gave a fuck. Number one. Number two, this is not the first Super Bowl in Louisiana. And they have brought artists from other places to perform at the Super Bowl, right? But as soon as black folks get involved, now these are the white folks prior to Jay-Z getting involved in the Super Bowl, right? Nobody gave a fuck where these musicians lived or where they fucking came from. It was just about the performance at the Super Bowl. But now here we are. Jay-Z and them got the Super Bowl, and now the black artists are fighting because they feel that Lil Wayne should perform in New Orleans, even though Lil Wayne ain't put out music in how the fuck long? What he gonna do? Get up there and say, lick it like a lollipop. Lick it like a lollipop. Now, I'm not mad at that. And I'm pretty sure Lil Wayne probably would have did a bomb-ass Super Bowl. But Kendrick Lamar, he might have gotten the spot because his music was popping all summer. They Not Like Us was everywhere. And so that promo and that attention and that following, in my opinion, is probably what got him to do the Super Bowl. But again, when black people get involved in stuff, yes, I'm talking about us. When we get involved in stuff, we make issue out of shit sometimes for no reason. If we put this much energy and effort into fighting for our civil rights, the fuck, and in supporting each other, we will be hella successful. But there's a population of black people that give more fucks about who's performing at the Super Bowl. That ain't it. To me, who fucking cares? I don't know. Wasn't nobody thinking about Wayne when Beyonce performed? Thank you. Mike, this is the point I'm making. Like, why is this now coming up? Like, motherfuckers been singing in New Orleans. The fuck? This ain't the first Super Bowl. Like, why is it now coming up? Because they making a big deal because, okay, in the background, there's some beef going on, but we don't care. It's a Super Bowl game. I don't give a fuck about your beef. The fuck? And isn't Lil Wayne the one who did the interview? And I believe I saw it floating around social media the other day when he was asked, does he support Black Lives Matter? And he was like, Black Lives, what is that? He was like, all lives matter. Black la. Nigga. Sit your ass down in one of them fucking stadium seats and enjoy Kendrick Lamar, Lil Wayne. We be fighting for the wrong shit. I'm telling you, if we use this energy and some other shit, we would be more powerful. But y'all really need to relax, right? The black population of people, this is just trash, right? It's very rare, and I know people are going to throw darts at me, right? But it's very rare, and it's so fucking sad, right? I don't give a fuck how raggedy. Forgive me, y'all. I don't really, it's not a personal attack. How raggedy the Jews act. But, baby, you can't penetrate the Jewish community. They take care of their own. If you act raggedy, they make sure that they take care of that raggediness amongst themselves. The Jewish people don't let us and other people infiltrate what's going on with them, because as soon as we do, they come out guns blazing like, sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. We got us over here. But black folk, some of y'all can't help yourselves. Y'all can't just be quiet. Like, I'm not saying be quiet and just accept shit, but certain things we don't have to publicly announce, right? Some shit we don't have to publicly put on display to show that we are not banding together. And sometimes when I look at the fact that Kamala is running, I be on the fence because I'm like, this is history playing itself out, whether we fucking like it or not, whether we agree with her policies or not. Okay? But this woman, okay, a black woman, black Indian, whatever the fuck, minority, okay, is running for president, and we have lost the joy in how far we came. Right? We have lost the joy in reflecting on how far we came. We can't even celebrate the fact that there was a time we were not included in government. Right? We didn't have a say over nothing. But yet, people will focus on the worst attributes about Kamala, right? And forgetting about how far we have come. I'm not saying she's the greatest candidate, right? I'm not. But I cannot believe, and I posted this on my page, and people could be offended or not, but it's true. You know, a lot of people that are supporting Trump and voting for Trump, y'all might not be racist, right? And you might not believe in racism. You might not, right? But the mere fact that you are supporting a man who is prejudiced, right? I can't necessarily say he's racist. I want to say he is, because he did have, and Kamala put it out there last night as a reminder to some of those who might have forgotten, okay, who might have forgotten when Trump owned his apartment buildings right here in fucking New York City, okay, he did not rent to black folk. So when people say he's not racist, really? He was at one point. Is he not racist now, or not displaying racism because he's running for the seat that he ran for, and he ran for the seat before, so he adjusted and his PR team had him adjust? He did not rent to black folk. So it really makes my fucking ass itch when I see all these minorities, right, going, Trump is so much better than Kamala. Bitch, he wouldn't even let you live in his building. He wouldn't even let you live in that building. And if black people applied to live in his building, you best believe they had the income to back their asses the fuck up. So back to my statement. You might not be racist, and you might not believe in racism, right? But if you support Trump, you're saying that racism is okay. See, that's the part for me that makes my ass itch. That's the part for me that irritates me. So when I talk to people and they be like, I'm voting for Trump, I look at them and I'll be like, okay, so you're okay with racism. That I can't swallow that. And I've always said I will vote for Margie Simpson, the fucking Sausage Party, and Beetlejuice before I vote for Trump. That's it, and that's all. Because I'm not aligning myself with a man that doesn't even like me as a person, unless I meet the 1% category, and then he'll tolerate me because I got the money to help feed into whatever he needs support with. See, these 1% black folk think Trump loving on him. No, he's hoping that they take their rich dollar bills and they support his campaign, and he's hoping that they continue to allow him to use the music so that he could dote it in our face. And that's why I'm so glad that so many people, okay, are hitting him with court orders to stop using their fucking music. Now, Hillbilly, you say Biden is racist. A lot of people are racist. My boss might be racist. Who fucking knows? But there's a difference in somebody that's racist and outright displaying it and not giving a fuck and inciting the KKK and inciting the good old boys and stuff like that. Biden ain't out here doing that. So Biden might have been raised under a racist umbrella. He might have grew up with some racism, but he is not out here displaying racism outright and egging the boys club on. He is not doing that. Okay? He is not doing that. He might be racist. I don't know. I can't say, because he has not displayed that as much as Trump has displayed it. You know? So for me, I'm just saying, you know, when people say they voting for Trump, I look at them sideways and be like, oh, you support racism? Because the fuck is wrong with you? Might have been hillbilly, but again, he did not display that, right? I wouldn't have known that until you told me that. That's the difference. I might be sitting next to a lot of motherfuckers at work that's racist, but keep it to your fucking self. See, it's dangerous when Trump is loud with it because he gives a level of comfort, and that's exactly why January 6th happened. That has never happened under any other president in my lifetime. Keep it to your fucking self. I'm just saying. So for me, I'm cautious as to what I say about Kamala. Even, I'm not saying she's the best, but I'm cautious about that because we need to fucking do better. People kill me. I have friends that can't even figure out how to reconstruct their own fucking house, 3,000 square feet house, and got so much to say about what's going on in the political environment. I got friends that don't even know how to keep their kids in check, but we are so politically savvy that we understand how to control the border. So many people have become COVID educated. I call it COVID PhDs, COVID political science experts, COVID medical experts. Okay? The fuck? We need to do better. So, I don't know. I saw the debate last night, and I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I don't know how the fuck y'all vote for a man that said women are out here getting abortions at 9 months pregnant, and the immigrants are eating cats and dogs. Like, I can't take the motherfucker serious. And then when he was like, she black, she this, she could be whatever she want to be, I don't care. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But that's my 2 cents on the debate and how I feel about the political environment and all of that. Don't fucking come to me bashing black people. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. I'm tired. Okay? Because I mean, the way we support some of these other races, even when they're trash, is crazy. It's crazy to me. I don't know. That's my 2 cents. Shit. But today is 9/11, y'all. Wow. 9/11. Y'all remember? It seemed like so long ago, but yet it seemed like yesterday. When I go into the city, I always, when I'm downtown Manhattan, where the Twin Towers used to be, the World Trade Center, I always looking for the World Trade Center. And although the new buildings are beautiful, it just don't seem the same without the Twin Towers. Like when you look across the skyline, like when I look across the skyline here from New Jersey, you see the tall new building, and then you can see the Empire State Building. I can see mainly Midtown from here, like with the Empire State Building. But when the Twin Towers was there, it was so pronounced, right? And so, today is in remembrance to those that lost their lives on 9/11, right? Pedestrians, firemen, police officers, loved ones, etc. We remember, okay? Right, hillbilly, that's true. I want to stick to the human thing, hillbilly. It is a human thing. But the problem is every time we say it's a human thing, right? In my opinion, I feel like Black people always get forced to support the other cultures from a human thing perspective, and the Black culture gets left out. So that's why I specifically am charging this to the Black culture, because I feel like, yes, it's a us thing, it's a human thing. But why is the Black culture always at the bottom of the totem pole of the human thing? Right? Why are we always the last to be looked at, concerned for? We're the only culture that's still out here begging for reparations. Like, why the fuck It is a human thing, but why are we always overlooked? And then when some shit happens, we attack each other. And it almost makes me think that's why the fuck we overlooked, because we do the job for the people who don't like us. We keep each other down. My daughter got her first cold on this day, 2 months old. We won't forget. Oh, Kwanda. I'm still trying to understand how Black people can vote for that man. You know, it's so sad how some people say, well, he gave us money during COVID. Really? He gave y'all money to spend, to circulate in the economy. And you going to sell your soul for $1,200? The fuck? Like, we cheap, yo. We are so cheap. But I'm going to get into reading these positive vibes because, you know, I just had to get that off my chest because I be so bothered. For real. Like, even some of my friends, when they be posting on Facebook, I be like, I want to quit you right now. Like, I don't even want to be your friend no more. They be posting on there cheering for Trump. And I'm like, did you just hear what he said? He wanted to hang them Central Park guys, right? But nobody, you know what some of my Black friends are posting? Oh God, Kamala is talking about the past when she talk about the Central Park guys, right? But yet Kamala let an immigrant in from Haiti who killed a little boy named Aiden, and she hasn't mentioned his name. She let the immigrant in, like she went to the wall and said, come the fuck here. Like, how could y'all compare that to a motherfucker who said, kill them 5 Black men, and then found out they were innocent, and he still didn't give a fuck? But y'all lining up to vote for him. Like, y'all be... Listen, I told my boo I'm strapping him to my waist because he be joking, talking about he vote for Trump. Nigga, don't be joking with me. Listen, I said I'm strapping you to my waist. We going to vote together. The fuck? And you better hit the right button. Anything other than Trump. Pick the sausage party. I don't give a fuck. So, I'm just saying. September 11th. Oh, one more injection. When Trump said he didn't know nothing about Project 2025, why are you on a jet with the guy then? Why are you communing and associating with a man who's trying to take us back to Jim Crow? Why would you commune with someone like that? And then say you don't know nothing about it? Lies. But y'all gonna do what y'all want to do anyway. I'm just saying, pray for us, because baby, I'm just saying, y'all think times are hard right now. September 11th. All right, we are in the month of trust. September is talking about trusting yourself, trusting the process, right? Today's message is, I experience and express the power of trust because I am relying on the presence of the divine troops to come to my assistance. I am relying on the presence of the divine troops to come to my assistance. Wow, what a message on 9/11, right? There is a powerful presence that surrounds you at all times. This presence is called the God Squad. The God Squad opens doors of opportunity and closes the portals of self-defeat. The God Squad nourishes your spirit and nurtures your mind. When you need to see something, the God Squad is your eyes. When you need to hear something, the God Squad makes it plain in a way that only you can understand. Think of the God Squad as a legion or an army of super beings. Whole mission it is to advance your intentions and efforts. These things will lead you or follow you. They will guard you or expose you. Don't worry, the God Squad will never turn against you. It will keep your best interest in the forefront of your mind. It is important that you become familiar with each member of the God Squad. The general of the squad is truth. Look for him all the time. He will be assisted by the mages, trust and faith. They will always lead you back to the general, which is truth. The captain of the squad is forgiveness, whose first lieutenant is surrender. These are the two who execute the battle plan. Reporting to the master sergeant, perseverance is the private first class gratitude. If you get into trouble with either of these two, you will face a court martial in front of your belief. Until today, you may have thought that you were marching through life on your own. Just for today, use the energy and ammunition of the God Squad for your protection and your defense. Today, I am devoted to calling upon the power and intelligence of the God Squad. And baby, this is a message that there's some people who live on the negative side of life and just can't see themselves out of the darkness that they're in, and they don't have much trust in the process. But these messages is always a reminder to me to stay the course, right? And it's funny because I was talking to my mother last night and I was talking to my boo, and they both were laughing at me. They were both laughing at me because I was like, I stayed in the house all summer. I'm struggling. Like, I'm trying to save my money in pennies because we all talk about how we're tight with money and how we're struggling and how we're trying to get above, ourselves or whatever. And they laughed at me. They were like, oh my God, she's struggling. Look at how she lives. Look at this, look at that. And I was like, y'all are funny, right? Because just because I live the way I do, people automatically look at me and think that I don't have a struggle or a worry in the world. But I do. I do have struggles and worries in the world. But I turn to the God Squad, okay? I have faith, and I feed that faith with trust in the process, okay? I do. And there are times that sometimes my mind slips or I feel defeated, and then I gather myself back up and I go, I got this, right? And I hold on to the things that I have to appreciate those things, which keeps my mind above ground so I don't fall into a dark place. I always go to the God Squad. And many people will look at me and go, oh God, she's living her best life. She's doing this, she's doing that. I got God Squad. Okay? I have trust in this process. I got to have trust in the process because guess what? If I surrender to how I feel and sometimes the dread that happens in my life, if I surrender to that, I feel like I'm not going to be able to recover, right? I cannot stop trusting the process. And so that keeps me putting off an energy about me that makes people think that I'm all right, that things are going smooth and I'm not struggling and I'm not this and I'm not that, right? And the other thing about me is if I love you and I care about you and I know that you're going through some rough times, I might give you my last to get you where you need to go because in my mind, I know I'm going to get it again. But a lot of people don't know that. I have done things for people on my last little bit of energy. I have lent money out and given money out and at times left myself in a negative in my bank account. I have done that. But they'll never know that. So they look at me and they go, oh, she's always able to come above. I got the God Squad, right? Because if I let that go, I don't know if I could recover. Right, Fancy? I don't know. Yes, Hillbilly, thank you for that. I knew Cornel West. I knew Cornel West was in the runnings. Chase Oliver, Jill Stein. Okay, Green, Libertarian, Independent. But it's unfortunate that unless we Google, we don't know what their policies are. Fancy, I don't know. I don't know why we're like this as a culture. We won't come together for shit. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's almost like we do the work for other people. We beat each other up so bad. Other cultures don't need to. They really don't. They really don't. Ciao. We're gonna keep praying. Listen, when I wake up in the morning, I thank God for waking me up to see another day. After I finish riding my bike and doing my yoga, I do my final prayer for the morning. And I thank him again for waking me up. And I always ask that he watches over our political climate right now, because we are in fucking trouble. Okay? I don't say the fuck word when I'm praying, but that's what I ask for. I ask him to watch over our political environment, because we are in trouble. Right, Pat? Preach. Preach. Hillbilly, I agree with that. We got to start at the community level. I agree with that, Hillbilly. I agree with that. I agree with that, Hillbilly. We got to start somewhere. The community is the best part. That's why I love Coffee with Friends, because, I know that I try my best to travel out to hang with Coffee with Friends family. And because that to me is my contribution in trying to build a community, right? And it's not just for the Black folks, it's for whoever wants to come along and be a part of this community. That's the beauty of Coffee with Friends. It's like we're a melting pot, and I love it, right? And so I do try to get out and visit the people on Coffee with Friends, and I hope that Coffee with Friends people will come and visit me too, right? This is how we start building a community. Many of people on Coffee with Friends have small businesses. We can listen. We can feed into them. They can feed into us. This is how community support starts. I agree with that, Hillbilly. I do. What? Can I go with her, Hillbilly? Can she bring me along? Yes, for Bonaire. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. I love that. Congratulations, Hillbilly. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So, guys, we are in September. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to have my ticket for Houston, okay? And so we are ramping up for Friendsgiving. The house, I guess they'll send me the final details of the house. I think the day before or so, before we get to the house, they'll send me the lock key information. I'll sign the I believe I signed the agreement already, right? So I'm just waiting for the house information as far as how to get in the house and all that stuff. All right. And so I will be booking my flight in the next couple of weeks to go to Houston. But these airlines got me scratching my head. Did y'all hear that two Delta planes in the Atlanta airport crashed on the tarmac? They were taxiing to take off, and they collided. What in the fuck is going on in what you call that, the towers? What the fuck is going on in the towers that these planes are crashing into each other? Not only did the Delta planes that were taxiing on the tarmac collide, but I saw another report where it was Delta and American Airlines, I believe. Don't quote me. You can look it up. It's in the news. Delta and American Airlines, while flying in the sky, I believe they said almost collided, because I peeked at it before I had to jump on and do some work or whatever. But they show the video where the planes are like this up in the sky. And so I don't know what the fuck is going on with the airlines. Is it the towers? Is it the pilots? What's happening? And then they got the nerve to boost up airline prices sky fucking high. And every 5 minutes, all of a sudden, there's some fucking incident at the airport. My stomach hurt, y'all. What is happening? What do y'all think is happening at these airports? I need to know. because, baby, my stomach with all these flights I'm about to take hurts. See, I don't fuck with Delta and I don't fuck with American Airlines, but all of these airlines have been a bit raggedy lately. And so I don't know how y'all fly into Houston. I'm gonna take United like I always do. I mean, they're my favorite, although they make my ass itch, right? JetBlue is my second option. And then Delta was my third, but Delta got me scratching my fucking head right now because I don't know what's going on with Delta. Okay. So I'm just saying, pay attention to what's going on out there with the airlines, because I know we're about to book our flights and shit like that. I don't mean to put this out there, but it's in the news. Y'all gonna see it and hear it and shit. But I need to tell y'all that. So in the meantime, between time, as you guys are booking your flights to Houston, please send me your flight information. You can send it to me in a private chat on Discord. You can send it to me, if you got my phone number, you could text it to me, inbox it to me on any of my social media platforms, or just put the information inside of the IG chat, right? So that I'll have it. And if you don't want to share it, that's fine too. The only reason why I'm asking for your flight information is to see if I can get you a ride from the airport to the house. That's it. But if you don't want to share that information, we'll see you at the house. Okay? I will share out the address of the house before time so that everybody has the full address to the house. Aquanda, I know your flight is booked, so you just need to send me your flight information. You could text it to me or whatever, and I'm going to put it in the spreadsheet, right? Because I have a spreadsheet of everybody coming into the house, and, I'll put their flight information there. Now, I'm not guaranteeing you a ride. I said, if I could get you a ride, okay, from the airport. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because I'm going to be in Galveston for Thursday night along with Fancy, Debbie, Valerie, Nakia, and Cheryl. We're already going to be at the house, right? So none of us can leave the house to go to the airport because they're going to be busy. Okay. And so for the rest of the folks that's coming down Friday, we have some of the guys that we can probably leverage to help us out to get some of y'all there, depending on when y'all land. Now, I mean, I can't promise y'all because, the guys are the guys. And so we don't know for sure who's going to show up to pick up people at the airport. But if you give me the flight information, I could fucking ask. That's about all I could do. Okay. And so that's it. And that's all. Oh, the other thing about Friendsgiving, the difference this year over last year is we had Nut Nut. Nut Nut was our chef, basically, right? Now, some of us kicked in and did a little bit of this and did a little bit of that, but that was her primary responsibility. Okay. This time we don't have Nut Nut, right? But hopefully she'll be able to call in and say hello to all of us while we are there, okay? But we are going to have to take turns cooking. So again, I'm going to have this discussion with the administration and planning team. We've already started talking about it offside, but we're going to have to take chores and stuff like that. We're going to have to determine. Debbie, I know, stood up and said she'll make breakfast. We already know we got to make ground beef and rice in a batch for Fancy. She's on here, right? We're going to make Fancy. I already told Debbie, we need to make sure we have rice and ground beef made and put in the refrigerator or some shit, because I'm not going to hear it, because Fancy don't eat a lot of shit. And so we're going to make sure, because Debbie got cussed out over that rice and ground beef during the rodeo. During the rodeo adventures, okay? And so we're going to make sure we have rice and corned beef. That's going to be Fancy. But I'm sure if the rest of y'all like that shit, it's good if you put some taco seasoning in there, but whatever. We're going to make sure we have that for her. But for Thanksgiving, we're going to come up with a menu, okay? And we're going to decide who's going to cook what from that menu. This is going to be interesting. And I'm hoping that the guys bring some smoked meat to take the burden off of the meat, okay? Okay, Damaris. Yes. Thank you, Damaris. Okay, Damaris stood up and said she'll make the jerk wings. See, this is what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay? And so we're going to have to figure out what we're making. So we'll make that list, we'll figure it out, and then we'll have our Friendsgiving celebration that Saturday, right? So, yeah. Oh, you'll get a trip to the liquor store, because that's the other thing. I have always asked, so nobody better act surprised, that people contribute 2 bottles of alcohol. Thank you, Damaris. Yes! We got peas. I'm going to start making this menu. Let me write this down, because, baby, let me write this shit down. Okay. Let me write this shit down. Because we can start a menu. I got to get to work, but. Okay, Houston menu. So far, we got jerk chicken wings. We got peas and rice. And we'll figure out the rest. I can make the mac and cheese. This is Damaris. If Kia comes, she could probably make some damn oxtails or whatever the hell she want to make. Well, I don't know, because I don't know where to get oxtail from in Texas. So maybe that's not a good. I'll ask her what she want to make. So we got jerk wings, peas and rice, mac and cheese. We already know we need ground beef and rice. Okay, so we gotta have ground beef and rice. All right, so the menu is coming together. Okay, hopefully we can get smoked meat from the guys. Smoked meat. I'm gonna put Smokey name next to this. Smokey and Chalk. They don't know it yet. Oh, you like my mac and cheese? Thank you, Damaris. All right, so I'm gonna do the mac and cheese, and I'm gonna see if Smokey and Chalk could do the smoked meat. Okay, and then remember, we're gonna do some fishing too, early Saturday morning. So if they catch some fish, maybe we can grill some fish, right? So let's see what happens. Okay. If I win, I'd make baguettes and gravy. Oh, biscuits. Yes, little baby, can you come? We want some biscuits and gravy. Can you come? Man. Well, when I get to West Virginia, can I get biscuits and gravy? Shit. You know, this is why my legs are big, because I eats. But anyway, y'all, everything is coming together for Friendsgiving, and I'm so fucking excited. So menu is in the works. Flight information still needs to be gathered. The house is already paid for. And I just got to get my airline ticket. And I already got a place to stay. And so with all of that being said, get the fuck off my podcast, y'all. I'm out of here with love. All right. Always remember to move with peace and love, y'all. All right. No matter what you're going through, no matter the dark times that might be shining upon you, there will always be light at the end of the tunnel. You got to make sure you trust the process. Use your God squad. All right. Don't forget that shit. All right. And with that, y'all, I'm out. Remember, I'm going into the office tomorrow for guarantee, because they're having a celebration on one of the major projects that I was on for the past 3 years. It was a regulatory project, and they're celebrating all the people that was on that project. And so I got to show my face, because they drove me absolutely crazy for 3 years. So I will be in the office tomorrow. Okay. And so with that, I'm going to send y'all out with some positive vibes, because you know what I say. Even when you feel low, you can still what?
Even when you feel low, you can still go.
Huh?
Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
And I don't. I'm hard-headed as fuck. This is Coffee with Friends, and I am Roy to Vivo. See you on Friday, y'all. Move with peace and love. Get this message on the way out. Hey, hustle hard. I've been making moves. Huh? I've been doing shit my way.
way isn't really strange.
Huh?
Cause I've gone through a climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain
Anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredients. Hey,
they deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy.
even when you feel low,
You can still go.
even when you feel
Slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go.
I never answer to no, man, I still go. Peace, y'all. I'm out.